I won't fight with Deontay Wilder. For me, I think it's interesting. This world champion guy, this is very famous guy, this is strong guy. It's one of his great heavyweight last 10 years.
Oleksandr Usyk, the man who conquered the cruiserweight division and tamed the giants of the heavyweight world, is making his final move. He has officially named his target for 2026, and he isn't looking for an easy victory lap. He wants the most dangerous puncher of this generation, Deontay Wilder. Usyk has already silenced Anthony Joshua and dethroned Tyson Fury, but he knows his legacy isn't complete without facing the Bronze Bomber. This isn't just about defending belts or making money, it's about 100% completion, and Usyk is ready to step into the fire one last time to prove he has cleared out the entire era.
Oleksandr Usyk wants to fight Deontay Wilder next. He does not want the trilogy with Tyson Fury. And he gave big credit and props to Mr. Deontay Wilder, saying he's one of the greatest heavyweight champions of the last 10 years, which is true. He says he's an iconic heavyweight champion, all things like this. Basically giving him his credit, which he doesn't get, by the way, which he should. Deontay Wilder, knockout artist. Deontay Wilder was, heavyweight champion for a while. He had like over 10 title defenses, guys. Deontay Wilder was very impressive in his run, and people always wanted to say, oh, he couldn't box, he can't box. But who cares about boxing when you can crack someone with a right hand and knock them out cold, okay? That's what Wilder was capable of every time, every second of every fight, and we found that out against Tyson Fury. All the way up until the end in that last round when Fury got back up. Before he got back up, I thought it was over. I couldn't believe he got back.
The news didn't break during a flashy press conference in Las Vegas or a stadium show in London. Instead, it came from the quiet, humid streets of Bangkok, Thailand. Usyk is currently there for a mix of business and recovery, enjoying the $6 massages and the lack of traffic compared to the usual training camps. It was in this relaxed atmosphere that he sat down with Boxing King Media and dropped the bombshell. When asked about his plans for the future, he didn't mince words. He didn't speak in riddles. He looked straight at the camera and named his price. "I want to fight Deontay Wilder," Usyk said. It wasn't a vague wish, it was a demand. He called Wilder a world champion guy, a famous guy, and a strong guy.
When he was asked about next year and who he would like to fight, Oleksandr Usyk simply stated, Deontay Wilder. Yeah. Now, I'll be the first to say that I would not have accepted a trilogy fight with Tyson Fury at this point. He lost both fights pretty conclusively. It's not real. The Fury fanboys will argue, but there really is no arguing. He lost those fights convincingly. He hasn't earned a trilogy fight. He hasn't earned a title shot. He can't just click his fingers and say, I know Sullivan will try and do it, but he shouldn't be able to do that and just jump to queue. Now that's Tyson Fury. Deontay Wilder. Wilder has had one win in the last 3 years against, what was the guy's name? Terrell Herndon or something like that. An obscure opponent who no one has heard of before since was knocked out, I think, in a round by F.A. Ajagba on Ajagba's pro debut, I'm pretty sure. So an obscure opponent. And Usyk wants to fight Wilder next? No, mate. You vacate the WBO title rather than... No.
This is massive because for a long time the narrative was that Usyk would retire after his rematch with Fury. Instead, he is mapping out a specific timeline for 2026. He's not looking for easy defenses against mandatory challengers nobody has heard of. He is hunting the biggest names left on the board. He specifically referred to Wilder as one of the great heavyweights of the last 10 years, signaling that this isn't just a fight for money, it's a fight for historical completion.
Tell me the first conversation you had with your mama after winning on the phone. Well, what did she say?
My mama say, enough? I say, no. Why? You win all. I say, yes, but we have contract, rematch. Listen, my mama not understand English. Mama, I love you.
I gonna continue boxing because I love boxing. I feel I have power. It's is my life. My wife told me, listen, I know you not stop boxing never. You will be go to competition, training. Разное, different, but you not stop boxing. I say yes, I know. It's my life. I gonna continue boxing.
However, not everyone is sold on this dream match. As soon as the words left Usyk's mouth, analysts and fans started debating whether the fight was happening too late. To be honest, the Deontay Wilder of today is not the same terrifying force he was 5 years ago. The Bronze Bomber has suffered back-to-back losses, shattering his aura of invincibility. He was outboxed by Joseph Parker and then brutally stopped by the giant Zhilei Zhang. The critics, including popular voices like Boxing Ego, have argued that this matchup might be past its expiration date.
But that's his last decent win. But Wilder, again, he's been chinned by Fury twice. He chinned Hellenius in a round. He got, beaten up. Well, he wasn't really beaten up, but he got, embarrassed by Joseph Parker over 12 rounds. Never looked himself, never came close to even, rocking Joseph Parker in that fight. Then he just had that horrendous occasion against Zhilei Zhang where he got brutally knocked out in the 5th round. Never seen Zhang move as quick as in his life as he did when he got Wilder hurt from that right hook. And then he fights again an obscure opponent in Terrell Herndon. That's not earn you a title shot. Come on, please don't. I get it. And maybe this is Oleksandr Usyk's way of being more known in the United States because I think they want to do Usyk, maybe have a day over there. And I get it. If you're if you're going to fight in the US, right, which I think a lot of people are thinking Usyk may very well do in the new year. If you're going to fight in the US, you're going to want an opponent who is known to the US audience. Andy Ruiz, although I don't think he deserves a shot given, the fact that he's been horribly inactive over the last few years, at least he's been winning, although I felt like he lost that fight to Jarrell Miller. Jarrell Miller would be a decent shout because he's not as famous as a Ruiz or a Wilder, but at least he's been, trying to stay active. But then there is that risk of, there's a lot of risk. I was going to say Salita, but there's other risk with him too. God only knows what might happen. So I get that. And then there's no one really because Anderson is not, he's hot and cold, mainly cold, and he's not, a big name. There's really no one else in the American scene.
There is a valid argument that Usyk is buying stock in a crashed market. Why fight a man who has lost his last 2 major fights? But if you look closer, you see the genius in Usyk's madness. He isn't chasing rankings, he is chasing legends. Usyk treats boxing like a video game where he needs to achieve 100% completion. He has the wins over Joshua, he has the win over Fury. Wilder is the only piece missing from the puzzle. Even if Wilder is faded, having that name on a resume cements Usyk's argument as the greatest heavyweight of this entire generation. It's a calculated risk, fighting a dangerous puncher who, even in decline, possesses the eraser in his right hand that can end a fight in a split second. So, is the other side willing to step into the ring? You might think Wilder would hesitate to jump back into the fire against the pound-for-pound king after his recent rough patch, but the response from his camp was immediate.
Jabs, using lateral movement, and doing what I do best. Coming with the right hand. Now I feel like if I connect with anyone with the right hand, it's gonna be devastating. It'll be a knockout. So, I would have to strategize to get him. But one thing about it, he's a southpaw, and I love southpaws. I'm always coming to give people what they want to see as a heavyweight.
Wilder's co-manager, Shelly Finkel, didn't play hard to get. In a statement released shortly after Usyk's interview, Finkel made it clear, "We have plans for next year, and we'd like Oleksandr Usyk to be part of them." This is a lifeline for Wilder. After his losses, his path to another world title shot was almost non-existent. He would have had to climb back up the ladder, fighting dangerous contenders for a fraction of the pay. Now, the king of the division is offering him a shortcut straight to the top. It's a golden ticket. If the money is right, and for a fight of this magnitude, the money will definitely be right, This fight is almost guaranteed to happen. It's a rare scenario where the champion needs the challenger for his legacy, and the challenger needs the champion for his survival.
Usyk can say what he want to say. Only actions speak louder than words. Usyk said that a couple years ago. Usyk was supposed to show up to the Barclays back in 2022. Did he? No. Was he going to? No. Besides his people, speaking of his manager, Usyk manager told somebody from our team that they didn't want to fight Deontay because of the power. That was their words. And not only that, that was their words on their reasoning. So Usyk didn't come to the Barclays 2022. He said he wanted to fight Deontay, showed differently. I don't know who's gonna put this fight on. I don't know who's gonna put this fight on because me personally.
Just when you thought the story was straightforward, Usyk threw a curveball that caught everyone off guard. In the same conversation where he called out Wilder, he revealed something genuinely surprising about his current circle. Usyk isn't just training with his usual team in Thailand, he has opened his camp to his former rival, Anthony Joshua. That's right, the man Usyk beat twice is now training alongside him.
The guy, Anthony Joshua, now he's part of your team. So are you training Anthony Joshua? This is what everybody's thinking. Maybe you're the coach. Are you the coach?
No, I'm not coach, I'm friend. Yeah, I friend. I have very professional coach, not one, more like a team. Now we with Anthony like a friends. If I can help my opponents, I help. But only if this have my opponents. For example, we speak with Anthony. Say, hey bro, I have preparation. If you can come my camp, we training with you together. Oh, it's a good idea. It's a good idea. But Anthony don't have time, you know. I have now. It's possible because I will with Anthony with camp 2 weeks.
Oh wow.
Yeah, we're training together. Anthony makes special work. I too special, but we work together.
Usyk referred to Joshua as a friend and a smart guy, revealing that they have been camping together for 2 weeks. "We are training together," Usyk said in broken yet charming English. This creates a fascinating dynamic. Usually in boxing, rivals keep their distance forever, but Usyk operates on a different frequency. He sees himself as a mentor now, helping Joshua evolve and improve. It humanizes these gladiators in a way we rarely see. It also sends a terrifying message to the rest of the division. The most skilled heavyweight alive is now sharing his secrets with one of the most athletic heavyweights alive.
The Fight app, they want a prediction from you. You fought both guys. Who do you favor in this fight?
My favorite is Anthony Joshua, but I'm bad predictions. But I will be protect Anthony Joshua.
This new brotherhood between Usyk and Joshua led to one of the most savage moments of the interview. The conversation naturally drifted toward the circus side of boxing, specifically the rumors of Anthony Joshua potentially fighting Jake Paul. You might expect a diplomatic answer, but Usyk shut it down with a car analogy that is already going viral. He didn't just dismiss Jake Paul, he laughed at the very idea of the matchup.
Yeah, you're correct. If Anthony Joshua won, Anthony killed this guy. Listen, a lot of questions, blah blah blah. Only one my answer. Anthony Joshua is Olympic champion. Yeah. First. Jack Paul is sportsman, YouTuber, showman. Rolls Royce, Fiat. Listen, it's true. I'm not
Oh my god. I have nothing better in mind.
Yeah. It's just true. It's business, more money.
Usyk compared Anthony Joshua to a Rolls-Royce and Jake Paul to a Fiat. "This is Rolls-Royce," he said, pointing to AJ's level, and then dismissed the YouTuber-turned-boxer as a compact city car. It was a perfect way to cut through the noise. Usyk respects the sport too much to entertain the idea that a social media star belongs in the ring with a former unified heavyweight champion. It was a protective, almost big brother moment from Usyk, defending AJ's reputation against the freak show fights that have taken over the headlines.
So we need to pray for Jake Paul.
Yes. I will pray Jake Paul because I want fight with Jake Paul in octagon.
Do you think that Joshua should be fighting Tyson Fury next year?
I want this fight. Yeah, I want this fight. Listen, if I do, I will try to help. Yeah, I will try to help.
Joshua is training with your team.
This is
right.
Yeah. Yes.
Amidst all this talk of super fights and training camps, there was an important note about the belts. Fans noticed recently that Usyk is no longer the undisputed champion. He vacated the IBF and WBO titles. He explained this decision with a level of maturity that is rare in this sport. He admitted that after the grueling year preparing for Tyson Fury, he needed a break. Instead of holding the belts hostage and preventing other fighters from earning a living, he let them go.
You did not fight for a while. The WBO situation came about. When did you decide, and why did you decide to give the WBO belt away?
Listen, for me very important in belt because I win this belt. Yeah. If we when I say, hey, listen, you must protect WC belt, I say, yeah, I can do it, but not now because listen, I have very hard 1.5 years with Tyson Fury, 2 fights, and prepare for fight and Daniel Dubois win. I say, я не проти. I don't mind, but I do it, but not now. Listen, this is nigga sport and business. If win Parker, for me it's interesting. Win Wardley, for me not interesting. I say it's true. Okay, give you belt, boxing. Maybe later we fight together, like a big fight. It's only my mind.
This allowed guys like Fabio Wardley and Joseph Parker to fight for prestige while Usyk recharges. It confirms that at this stage of his career, Usyk is bigger than the belts. He doesn't need a piece of metal to prove he is the champion. He is now in the attraction era of his career, where his name alone sells the fight. He's clearing the deck to focus solely on massive events, like the Wilder fight, without being tied down by mandatory defenses against fighters who don't bring anything to the table.
They'll do a rehabilitation job on him again. They'll say he's back, he's hitting harder than ever, he's doing X, Y, and Z, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. We've heard it for the last 2 years now. We've never seen it. Even against Herndon, even though he stopped the guy, he looked a shell of himself in there. So him against Usyk, prime Wilder would have been absolutely schooled by Oleksandr Usyk, schooled. He probably wouldn't even have run around against Usyk. If Artur Spilka is making you look awkward and making you look foolish and outboxing you, people, what's Oleksandr Usyk going to do? That was Wilder in his prime. That was nearly a decade. That was a decade ago. Be a decade now. That's crazy.
As we look toward 2026, we have to appreciate that we may be watching the final lap of a legend. Usyk was open about his timeline. He plans to fight for about 2 more years, and that's it. He is not going to hang around until he is 45 and taking unnecessary punishment. He has a plan, he has a target, and he has a deadline.
As long as Wilder's got breath in him, he can knock you unconscious. You know what I'm saying? Wilder's going to be like one of those guys who, you know, the old man that used to be a boxer, he could be like 87 years old, and I promise you, if he uncorks a right hand on you, you're going to sleep. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just what it is. Usyk, on the other hand, is incredibly skilled, and I believe he will have to do so for as long as the fight lasts. I think he is capable of stopping Wilder. I think he could attack that body of Wilder the same way he attacked the body of Tyson Fury. He landed some good straights to the body. You know, why not take advantage of that really long torso? You know what I'm saying? So I think Usyk is going to mix it up, and I think Usyk wins this fight. However, he's going to need to mind his P's and Q's, you know what I mean? He's going to need to be aware of the danger of Deontay Wilder and walk that tightrope, and that's what makes it so interesting. So that's my take on this one. I got Usyk by... I could see him TKOing Wilder, but I'll just say by decision.
The stage is set. We have a motivated champion looking to complete his collection, a desperate knockout artist looking for redemption, and a secret training alliance that could reshape the division. The question isn't whether Usyk can beat Wilder, it's whether Wilder can land that one perfect shot before the master boxer dissects him. We are witnessing the closing chapter of a historic career, and if Usyk gets his way, it's going to end with a bang. What do you think? Does Wilder have a puncher's chance, or is he just another name on Usyk's hit list? Do let us know in the comments. So, that's all from today's video. If you enjoyed it, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and ring that bell icon so you never miss our upcoming videos. And don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments section. Stay tuned, and we will catch you in the next video.